We are in a place right now that I had not planned to come to. I actually hadn't even really heard of it, didn't know much about it at all, but some other YouTubers from the US who moved to the Netherlands recently moved here and they convinced me to come check it out. It's one of the Netherlands' oldest cities. Let's see if you can guess where I am. New friends. Welcome. I'm here with Alex and Michelle.
Hi. Hello.
Really, they should be welcoming you because it's their town.
Yes, welcome to Dordrecht.
Welcome to Dordrecht.
So I stalked them a little bit on YouTube and was watching their videos about being Americans living in the Netherlands, and I've been following them for a while, so I thought that I would reach out and try to meet up with them and find out how the past 3 years have been for them living in the Netherlands. So you guys were telling me a bit earlier, and I'm sure your YouTube subscribers know this as well, that you moved to the Netherlands 3 years ago. So could you just talk us through a little bit about why you decided to move here to begin with?
We wanted to live abroad. And I think when we went to Amsterdam for the first time, we just felt this like belief that it was the place that we should be living. And we had wanted to live abroad for so long. But where did I want to live abroad? Because it's not necessarily the place that you like to travel to all the time, because you can go there whenever you want. So when we found the Netherlands, I think that's when we were like, oh, this seems like a nice place where we can really settle down. Plus, we had 2 cats, and we wanted to make sure that we were bringing them somewhere where they would be comfortable. And I don't know, it just sort of all fell into place.
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned that about feeling comfortable when you got here, because I actually remember feeling that way as well back in 2013, the first time I came, and I had never been to the Netherlands, and somehow on the airplane I felt comfortable, and when I got off the plane and through the airport, I felt like this is a very livable place.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of Dutch people would agree. I think a lot of expats and immigrants living here would also agree.
Yeah, you really have to understand that, like, the difference between vacation and life. Because, like, when you move somewhere new, yeah, for the first, like, few weeks or few months even, you're still kind of like, oh, I'm in a different place. It kind of feels a little bit like vacation. And then after that, you're like, wow, I have to wake up here and I have to have good days here. I have to have bad days here. I have to grocery shop here. And that's, like, I think why it is important to understand the difference between where you want to live and where you want to vacation early on.
Yeah, it's like the comfort piece. You're going to have bad days, like where you wake up and you don't want to be living in another country. You just want to like have it easy because you don't feel good or you have a headache. You can't pick and choose those days here, So you have to find a place where you feel like you can really like make yourself a home.
What would you say that you appreciate the most about your lifestyle in general?
I love that we have started a business together and we have the ability to work together. We can do that, and we can, in most cases, afford to do that.
Yeah, our health insurance is like 300 something euros a month. I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but it's very inexpensive by comparison to the United States.
And is there anything that you miss now about living in Austin?
Chipotle. Oh, tacos. Yeah, tacos. Mexican food here like pales in comparison. Yeah. It's not even like it's...
We've had so many recommendations of like, oh, you need to go here and try this Mexican place, and some of them have been good, but yeah. I mean, we were really spoiled living.
There's other stuff here. Don't get me wrong. Like, there's other stuff here, but like, I do really miss that.
I saw a great sign at the pier in The Hague, which you guys pronounce the
Scheveningen? I'm not even saying it right. It's like Scheveningen.
I watched so many videos on how to pronounce it. It's like, it's like Scheveningen.
Schiphol. Yeah.
Whatever.
Scheveningen. Scheveningen.
They had a sign in there. It's under construction. And it said, just because it's taking a long time doesn't mean nothing's happening.
Yeah.
And I took a picture. I was like, God, that's so applicable to so many aspects of life.
Everything.
Yeah.
Dordrecht is one of the oldest cities in Holland and often overlooked by people who are considering moving to the Netherlands. It has a picturesque town center and a quiet lifestyle, all while being only 20 minutes from Rotterdam, which is the second largest city in the country. It also has a more moderate cost of living compared to Rotterdam and Amsterdam. It was very historic in here. I think this is my 3rd day in a row eating French fries.
Yeah.
I guess you gotta live on potatoes when you move here. I mean, I don't have to eat them every day, but when in Rome. Thank you to Michelle and Alex for sharing their beautiful town with me today. I'm so glad we got to explore Dordrecht, and I definitely see what they like so much about it. Now I'm going to hop a train to Rotterdam and continue exploring. Rotterdam and Dordrecht couldn't be more different. There's a stark contrast going from a quaint town to a modern city that almost feels like you're in a different country. One of the reasons for that is that Rotterdam was heavily bombed during World War II and has been largely rebuilt with a more modern, bold, almost futuristic feel. The Dutch weather is back. It's also the biggest and busiest port city in Europe, making it an international and strategic location to live. I walked around a bit in the pouring rain looking for vegan restaurants, co-working spaces, and Pilates studios, just the necessities, and then headed to the gigantic indoor food hall there called the Markt. This place is very authentic and cliche at the same time. We have herring, we have coffee, we have a peanut butter store, and I forgot how much the Dutch like peanut butter, but check this out. I totally wish I didn't eat the frits now because I'm not hungry and there's so much good food here. But it would have taken me probably 2 hours to get here, so I guess it is what it is. I got a juice. Markt opened in 2014 and houses more than 100 vendors here, plus one of the largest indoor artworks in the world. It's a great place to grab a bite to eat or a souvenir. After the rain slowed down, I headed to my next destination of Delft, a charming town known for its iconic blue pottery. But appearances aren't always what they seem, because this historic town is also a hub for innovation. It's home to plenty of startups and the cutting-edge Delft University of Technology. Consider this area if you're looking to move to a good place for students, families, or for working in tech. Welcome to Delft. So I probably would not have come here for myself because I think it's actually probably a bit too small for what I'm looking for to live in the Netherlands. It's a town of about 100,000 people. You don't need a car here. You can walk or bike everywhere. It's a university town, so lots of students. But a lot of my relocation clients are interested in potentially moving here. And so I promised them that I would come and see it and give them my honest opinion. And my first impressions are that, yes, it's lovely. It's actually the city that most reminds me of Amsterdam out of anywhere that I've been in the country so far. And I could definitely see it being a very family-friendly place. Maybe a little bit too quiet for me, but I love that it's so close, only 10 minutes or so from The Hague, very close to Rotterdam. And so it would be a place where you can be close to everything without being in the center of the action. It's also a place that you'll hear a lot of English being spoken, as in many parts of the Netherlands, but it's also a place that you could learn Dutch if you wanted. Walking through downtown Delft is like stepping back in time, complete with cobblestone streets, canals, artisans, and historic buildings such as the old and new churches. Such a beautiful little town. Around every corner there's something new to see. Besides living here, which it seems like it would be a nice place to live, I could see myself coming here as a digital nomad, spending a month just hanging out here in these little cafes and coffee shops. Lots of outdoor dining. Maybe a little bit touristy, but like touristy in an authentic way. Like you see a mix of locals and tourists who are both enjoying the amenities in the town. Another part of Dutch culture, outdoor markets, of course, and you can find them almost everywhere. We have markets in the United States, but what I like about Europe is that shopping at markets for your food and other goods is such a part of everyday life that the prices are very similar or more affordable than you would find in the stores, whereas shopping at markets in the US is kind of a luxury. I feel like everything costs more than it does in the grocery store. But here, farmers markets and outdoor markets are just a normal part of life. Here you can buy cucumbers for $2 a pound, peppers for less than $3, and avocados for 75 cents each. Excuse me, how much are eggs? Do you know?
$3.35
$3.35. Okay.
for 10.
For 10.
And
Okay, thank you. I had to ask. So I just got a gift for my nephew, and they wrapped it for me for free. And I was in such shock because I haven't seen that in so long in the US, but look at this cute wrapping paper. And the girl who worked there said that it's a normal thing to wrap the gifts in Holland, and they do it in all of the physical shops. And, you know, they used to do that back in like the 80s, maybe, I remember, in the US, but now you have to pay extra or they don't offer it as a service at all. And so she was saying that she just learned in the last couple weeks that it's a cultural difference through some British tourists who said that they don't have it in the UK either. So I just love talking to people and learning little tidbits like that about the culture and, you know, simple pleasures like wrapping a gift for someone. You know, the more I travel, the smaller the world feels in a way. Just sitting here, seeing like the leaves floating through the air in springtime, it really reminds me of being in the Philosopher's Walk in Japan over near Kyoto and, you know, on the other side of the world. So it's just interesting how when you travel, you see people that look like people that you know from home, or you meet someone who reminds you of someone, or you see a site that reminds you of another place. And I often find myself describing places as a mix of other places that I've been to kind of find that reference point for what it's like for me. So it's just, you know, another individual perspective of seeing the world that changes the more places you go. We have 3 more cities to visit on our tour of the Netherlands: Amsterdam, Haarlem, and Utrecht. Subscribe to watch next.